Greetings from all of us here at Grace Evangelistic Ministries. Do you swim? Do you like to swim? Well, whether you swim or not, I'm taking you to swim. We're going to swim in the pool of God's faithfulness. So good when you think of the faithfulness of God. It's just, it puts you to sleep just to think of God's faithfulness. Before you jump into the pool, pause for a moment and think of how God has been faithful to you in your own very life as a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. God has been faithful to you, whether you realize it or not. He has been faithful to you. Don't deny it. Even Jeremiah, in the midst of the chaos that surrounded them, he paused for a while and reflected on the faithfulness of God. And he was compelled to lament. This I recall to mind, therefore I have hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, for his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Last time we talked about Joshua. When God called Joshua, he told him to be courageous, that he is with him. Be courageous, I am with you. That's what he told him in Joshua chapter 1. I am with you, verse 9. What does it mean to be with, that God is with you? It means that God will see to it that you are well taken care of. He will make sure that you are protected. He will make sure that you are provided, that your needs are met. He will make sure that everything that he has for you will come to you. That is God. By the way, there's something that is at stake. It's not just God telling you something. There is something that is at stake. When God says something, it must come to pass. Otherwise, his own faithfulness is at stake. His word is at stake. And the devil is just look like a hawk to see if he can trap God in one point that God lied. And then the whole thing will be a washout. There will be no hell, there will be no heaven, because God has become like Satan. But what is the chances of that happening? Zero. God is faithful. And so when Joshua had ups and downs in all his work with Israel. He was discouraged indeed, because we're all humans. We do get discouragements from time to time, things to cause us to be discouraged. But we ought not to linger in our discouragements. We are not to linger when things didn't go the way we anticipated them to go. We need to get up, pick up the pieces, and keep forging as Joshua did. And so when Joshua came to the end of his life, he looked back. He was so overwhelmed with the faithfulness of God. And he called the people of Israel together, and he spoke to them kindly in Joshua 23 verse 14. Now, behold, today I am going the way of all the earth. In other words, I'm about to die. And you know, in all your hearts and in all your souls, that not one word of all the good words which the Lord your God spoke concerning you has failed. All have been fulfilled for you. Not one of them has failed. How good can that be? Not one. Not a single one of them has failed. That's the faithfulness of an old man. That was the testimony of an old man. From the time God gave him an assignment to the time when he was about to depart. Not once did he see God failing Israel. And that should be true of you. That's the truth of all the children of God. It was true of Paul. When Paul was about to die, he said the same thing in 2 Timothy 4. He told Timothy, in my first trial, everybody deserted me. But the Lord was with me. and he saw me through. And I don't care, people fail, circumstances fail, but there's one who cannot fail, and that's God himself. He cannot fail you. Latch on to him. The same way he saw Joshua through, the same way he saw Paul through, that same way he will see you through in all your circumstances as a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. The devil can't do anything about it. The only thing he can do is to be mad. If you're mad, it doesn't change anything. God will see you through as promised. That is the faithfulness of God. Keep pressing on. Keep marching until the end. May God richly bless you, my beloved.